Hi guys, welcome back. So it has been a while since I recorded, but well, I moved. So let's say that it's kind of reasonable why I couldn't do a video for several days. YouTube will not forgive me for this, but well, fuck it. I don't do it for YouTube anyway, so yeah, let's continue. I still need to, understand a little better where we are at, but first of all, I think it's a little bit loud for me. Let's see where we are at. We talk with her, I
Hello
think.
again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Yeah, I can see that we already talked to her, so cool. But we did not see anything of the environment, so let's just check it out. Gifts, books, and molten candy. Okay. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Arda, interesting. I'm very curious about the whole, Disco Elysium universe. I think definitely we have, I don't know, definitely, but I think by now we already have some sort of, book or guide that kind of gives us a perspective of how it is to live in Disco Elysium world, and all the elements surrounding it. I am very curious to know. A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. I think when you play the game several times you can get some things, but not everything. And that's okay. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Fascist magic's so interesting, the concept, huh? Another boring book, just discarded here. Come on. Books are fun.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Maybe our friend... Ooh, what's her name? I don't recall, but Lena. I think Lena would like this. Look to the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
Okay. Holiness, unity, balance.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Wow. How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway,
Oh wow.
without even curing a cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Okay, the whole mindset, huh?
It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it?
Oh wow. I adore when we have some very nice victim blaming discourse, especially when it comes to, class guilty. You were born poor, it's your damn fault. Born again. It's like that t-shirt of Paris Hilton, Stop Being Poor. I don't know if she actually wore that. I don't think so. I think it's just some sort of, montage meme. But either way. And it's so fucking bizarre how this kind of discourse is everywhere, like if you are sick, if you are poor, if you have some sort of inadequacy. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but if you're maladept, you are the issue. It's not that the way that we structure things are not meant to everybody. But anyway, does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And...
Oh, wow. So, yeah, it's kind of... Okay.
There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
What? To treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. I mean, preservatives do that, but what the fuck is a duck gallbladder? Pre and post factum apply. Okay. Okay, so not during the act?
This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Find something truly otherworldly.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl.
What's the
The
pearl?
book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this
The
book
book
about?
contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pearl, also known as le territoire.
So, as I understand of Disco Elysium world, there is this sort of, I don't know how to express this, but it's some sort of phenomenon that it's the pearl that kind of surrounds continents or cities. I'm not quite sure, but either way, it is people, especially the lore drivers that we talk with one, but the old lady, I don't want to give spoilers, but I think it's kind of, I think you can guess that she's also a lore driver. They need to pass through the pearl, to do their thing, but the pearl has some properties that can actually drive people mad or make people see hallucinations, some sort of thing, or create memories that are not actually there. Either way, people don't understand how the pearl works. It's very interesting, the pearl idea. I don't know how geographically the pearl is situated in Disco Elysium, but either way, it is there. I don't want to talk any further, even though this is not giving anything in regarding to the story, so I will tell it anyway. I don't think this is a spoiler, but I think the pearl is growing, so people are, or people, some people think it's growing and can, do stuff. I'm truly interested. I hope in future endeavors we could see this unfolds, but I'm not quite sure if we will. If you guys know, especially when it comes to Zaun. But either way, yeah, it's nice donation. I think it's everything, but you guys can correct me anytime.
For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pearl. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab.
I'm not quite sure with a Venic. Sounds invigorating. Let's say this.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
Okay, cool. What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
Okay, and what does this pale aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
That's very interesting. I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in there? How is that possible?
Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in?
Fair enough. What else is in there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pail, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions.
Okay, so yeah, this is the part that I was talking about. Cleanse the mind of worries. But it's not like that. We will see it, I think.
This is exactly what you need.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked.
I think Half-Light is, yeah, it has a point.
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
I probably need that. Let's say that.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist you buy it.
I don't know. I think it's interesting for us to buy it. I think I like lore. So, well, let's see what she says about the whole thing.
No browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free.
Oh wow.
I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Opening a police store next door and stealing my... how does this make any sense, please, Sons? Either way, yeah, take my money.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
I'm not sure. Either way, I like the whole idea of having it. We need to, interact with some things like the Ledger of Failure and Hatred. Clothes, some items, if we can interact, I'm not sure. So we can interact with the Yellow Man mug. I don't know if we actually did. Some things I'm not quite sure, but we will see. A small green book giving off a peculiar foreboding impression. Although it's hard to figure out why, it describes the various ways of healing debilitating ailments through the use of pale, some of which sounds implausible at best. Okay. Let's just check it out how our stats are. So we have a lot of Island Empire. Empathy, volition, we are dumb as a rock, but that's fine. We have a lot of physique. Okay. See. And what about our thoughts? We cannot do anything about it because we need to unlock some of these. We need to unlock, especially volumetric shit compressor. I think this is related to the body. So, okay. What else?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
That's cool. Look at the map of the Insulinda.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
Ile de Fantôme. Okay, so let me just visualize it. So we have small dots, or archipelagos, on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest is the northeast. I need to confess something. I have a lot of trouble to know where is east and where is west. So let's just let's say I think it's east is here, north, south, east, and west. But I may be wrong. Either way, I think it's here then. Is Le Caillou? Okay, so we are in Le Caillou. Another far away in the southeast, Seminese Islands. Okay, what else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas a la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white.
Okay.
In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol, with a radius of 80 kilometers, still the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Is Quint first? Can you see cities on the
You
islands?
can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vimandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas.
Okay. So Revachol is the city, on Caillou is the country? I'm not sure, but I will check it out after the video.
Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called.
Isolas, azimuth.
Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there.
I'm kind of curious to see what is azimuth. Let me just check it out really quick. I hope I don't... I already played this game, but I wish we had more, you know, more to see, to visualize, but I don't think so. Oh wait, actually someone made some sort of interesting. So it's I'm not sure. This is odd. I don't know if I understand this correctly. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I guess this is what he's talking about. So it's not so the pale is like it's different from what I was thinking. I'm not sure if this is correct, but I think I don't know. I cannot I cannot say anything. I'm not a reliable source to understand these kind of things. Either way, I think it's interesting. If you like RPG, you understand the how we earn to understand this kind of stuff. Connection to other words or words past. Okay.
You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
So we are in a Isola. I shouldn't be taking so much time thinking this, but I don't know. I just need to. Oh, we are in Insulindi. We are in Insulindi. Okay. Okay. I see. If this this image that I showed to you guys is correct, so I guess we have a better understanding of what Isolas are.
Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the river Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
Okay. And west of the river?
Houdon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
Oh wow. Okay, and Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
Oh wow, map wall is dissing our city hard.
No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you?
Oh, interesting. And then there's a burnout quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Okay. Do we have any sort of relation with Jamrock?
No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Okay, I like Foundation so much because it's so wholesome. Look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48.
Okay.
Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Cool. Store tip, can I buy this
I'm
map?
sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
I bought a book like 5 minutes ago.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
You seem to underestimate my resources, but sure, okay. Why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be.
Okay.
From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago, they also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
Oh, okay.
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Oh boy. No. we need to do it. I mean, that's the fun of it, right?
Slowly,
Yeah.
you move your hand toward the map attached to the board. Before you even reach the map, you're interrupted.
Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners.
Okay, but okay, Kim. So, will you help me out? Buy this for us. It's important for the investigation. No. Okay. That's fine. Let me see here. Yeah, we need to acquire a copy. So it's 90 cents. I think we can actually do that.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Look through the display of books.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism.
Okay.
Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's
High
about?
Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tournée racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover.
Continue.
Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
What? Okay.
Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse though, but not too long.
Okay, Plaisance. Okay.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
She's so market oriented. It's so funny. Oh, store keep. Anything of note in the shelf?
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest. Great, I don't need to know anymore.
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings.
So you recommend it?
Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
Okay.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
Okay, so 5 cents. So we need at least 6 cents. Okay, we can come back here later.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Look through the display of
Crime
books.
fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, They have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree.
Yeah, it's hard as fuck.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
Yeah.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Sure thing.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen.
I mean, these all whodunits. They are kind of whodunits, okay, but I'm not sure. I think it would be very interesting to actually read or watch a whodunit that is more realistic. I think we already have lots of these, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. It's I think most of the literature regarding true crime can be a little, bourgeois, in a sense that the detective is, a private investigator, and he is rich and he can afford, to do investigations, and he doesn't need, he doesn't live paycheck by paycheck, or at least he is not so concerned about it. When I read some of the classics, I've been sometimes I wonder, okay, but how you survive? I mean, when do you drink water or pay rent or eat or have a meal? Anyway, when you take a shower, like, where's the human side of the thing? I think it's interesting.
A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies?
Oh no. Turns out he fated to solve a case.
Okay. Are there any more?
Yes. There's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Oh, wow.
Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
A bald man turns towards a lean man and pats him on the back.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
Chester replies.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here.
He pokes his finger at the lean man. Chester faked his own death once.
Gosh, why?
One civilian looks on amazed. The bald man bellows a reply.
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
The inside of the motor carriage is thick with cigarette smoke. Outside it starts to rain.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Who is Dick Mullen?
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here? Mistaken
A
identity.
worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend. and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
That's probably right. I'm a complicated guy, full of contradictions. No, it's gotta be something else. I mean, both of them can be true, but let's see if we can know more.
Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere.
Noirish. Yeah, I'm pretty intense. I'm all about that dark stuff. I'm thinking, okay, let's say it is.
This is the book for you.
Oh, okay, so I want to buy the Sigmund novel. Okay, interesting. So we have to expend a lot of money.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Okay. So I think we saw everything here and down here as well. I hope. I don't know. I don't think.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be
I'm not sure if we actually.
A small mountain
No,
of
we
colorful
didn't.
board game
Okay.
boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Look through the pile of Wirral-related items.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's
Okay.
also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. Nonsense for anemic binoclards.
Anemic binocular. Oh wow, 25. I don't think we can afford this.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Do I have friends? Look at it, Lieutenant.
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Yes, kids, friends, chicks. I have all those. I don't think so. Well, let's say
You're a
that.
lucky man, officer. Children are the greatest of treasures.
She fills with her pendant, thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Oh wow, that's.
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all.
Well, this is almost. There is a game that actually is about colonization that my boyfriend told me. It's called Colonization, I think. I don't know if it's the whole brutally colonize and repress civilizations is in it, but either way.
I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though.
She looks at the table, crossing her arms. Okay. Not sure if we want to.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Storekeep, tell me about the muscle books. Look through the display of books.
Rows and rows of Hyundai men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundai and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyundai, Return to Hyundai. And the solipsistic Man from Hyundai and the Hyundai Man.
Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Hyundai and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Hyundai and the false god. Man from Hyundai and the scorched earth. Man from Hyundai, the Hyundai colonies. Man from Hyundai and the swamp beast. Man from Hyundai and the snow crabs. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Hyundai in hell. Man from Hyundai and the forest of slaves. Man from Hyundai under the lake. Man from Hyundai, Hyundai burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a Pastanal combat game book set in the world of Hyundai Man, and so much more.
Hyundai. Do any of the books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ow.
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Hyundai in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Hyundai man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hyundai and the Devil Woman.
Aren't all women devil women? Oh.
Especially those leering types who seem to wear nothing but an armored bikini. There's also some sort of a snake lizard beast slithering around her abdomen, chest, shoulder region. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundai novels.
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Sounds good. Which one should I
What
start
does it
with?
matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say.
She rolls her eyes, then fiddles with her pendant.
If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundai Man, the man from Hyundai. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
So we have a lot of things to buy here. And we have 4 sets. So, yeah.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? Examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Imagine, as just pulling up the curtains. Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Pull open the curtains. Imagine.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hands has closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Psychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse, that's why you're afraid, ma'am. This is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. I don't care. You can't stop me. I will open them. Beyond the threshold.
You do? My God. There are good reasons not to mess with the curtains. Step away, dear sir.
This is about the curse, that's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
I don't care, you can stop me. I will open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer.
Oh my god,
Let's
imagine.
talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Extreme.
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Oh wow, so defiling private property is our thing, huh?
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I
Continue.
warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Okay, so we get to see what's going on here. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down?
Maybe I should break it down, but not before I strategize.
That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
First, check your posture.
Steady breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram.
Check your surroundings.
The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish. But the path to the door is clear.
And what about the door?
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable.
Knock on the door.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Okay. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that. I felt that.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the doorframe. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
The lieutenant stares at you as you stand there, silent and brooding. She smashes on the door and shouts, "Fuck the system." She smashes on the door and shouts, "Freeze, dirty bags." She smashes on the door and shouts, "Hands up now." She smashes on the door and shouts, "Fuck, it hurts." Fuck the system. Yeah, I think Lieutenant wants to speak with us.
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It's an adventure. It's the netherworld beyond the veil. Looks like a gym to me. No idea, Cam, but my head hurts. My head hurts bad. It's the netherworld.
No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages? Let's just keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
So we need to put our flashlight on. Hi, Kim. Can we talk
Yes?
to you about something? Nah, they're off. Not now. Maybe later we talk with him. His hand is ripping from a punch bag. The poster says Sitius Fortis, the rest is worn off. Huh. Shot football. What is this? A ball is for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. Maybe we need to do that, considering we are broke. Worn out wallboards, they look unsafe. And this?
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Yeah, it hurts. Oh no. Notice colors. Okay, so is this familiar because I'm a lifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Maybe we were some kind of coach? Stale smell of rubber, squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knees against the mat, and a whistle? Or maybe we are some sort of athlete?
A memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no colors on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the colors? It shouldn't be a penalty. Actually, I don't really care about safety hazards.
No one does until they get smashed into the barbell.
Good point. I don't think we will make it, but we did. Okay, so we are having some luck in this part of the gameplay. I don't
Conjuring
know.
up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
I'm a true champion. We have some morale, thank God. We
A
need them.
warm wave of
We need it.
accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to.
So definitely we are sport related. Our occupation at least was sport related.
Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Even though we are a police officer, so I can, don't know.
Good technique.
Well, maybe when we were young. Good technique. The lieutenant nods with approval. Thank you. Let's continue. The hallway is blocked by old window panels and debris. Maybe here. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Airship rotors covered in spider webs, they remind you of blades. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Yes, money, so maybe now we can buy the map at least. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, mouth beaten.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio
Continue.
computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Okay. Do you think I should turn it on? Turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Like, I mean, why would I, think about the fact that I'm just, turning on a machine that I don't know? Look inside the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Press
Nothing
play.
happens.
Press play.
Nothing
Print.
happens. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Yeah. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. One of them is a welkin supremacist. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the welkins.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
One of them is a welkin supremacist.
political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
The Lieutenant nods at the walking facial hair. Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
Yeah, that's cool.
And for what? All gone.
Despite the
The photo
photos.
collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow.
For inspiration, maybe?
Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule?
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money.
Okay. Keep reading, what
As
happens?
time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the
The
notes.
handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune Out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Leave. So I'm thinking in stopping here. I think it's way too much for me to edit, but thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon in the next part. And please, if you guys liked this video, comment, give it a like. I mean, your engagement helps me to understand what types of games you guys like to see. And for example, I always try to understand how well a video is going by their number of views. So Contradiction had a lot of views. Disco Elysium as well. Disco Elysium is more popular, but either way, if you guys want me to continue to play a game or to play another, you can always give me a suggestion. So yeah, that's all. I will see you guys in the next part.